Gautam Buddha was not born enlightened. He became enlightened because he refused to accept suffering as the final truth of life. And his story begins not with perfection but with a question. Why do we suffer? He was a prince who lived in luxury, yet the moment he saw sickness, old age, and death, something inside him awakened, something that whispered to him that life must have a deeper meaning, a greater purpose, a truth beyond pleasure and pain. And with that realization, he walked away from the comfort of the palace, from the illusion of security, from the title of a prince, because he wanted to understand the truth of existence. And this is exactly where the real inspiration of Buddha begins. Not in his enlightenment, but in the courage to seek, to question, to walk alone, and to trust his inner calling more than the noise of the world. His journey teaches us that transformation begins the moment we dare to be honest with ourselves, when we stop pretending, when we stop running behind temporary pleasures and start asking, what do I really want from my life? Buddha teaches that every struggle, every pain, every confusion is an invitation to look within, because peace is not something we find outside. Peace is something we create inside. And today, as you listen to this, remember that you too have a journey, a battle, a calling that is waiting for you to rise, because like Buddha, you have questions, you have wounds, you have fears, but you also have a light inside you that is far greater than any darkness around you. And the problem is not that life is hard, the problem is that we expect life to be easy. And when things go wrong, we think something is broken. But Buddha reminds us that life is meant to challenge you, shape you, stretch you, and soften you, because without challenges, there is no growth, without struggle, there is no strength, and without awareness, there is no awakening. Buddha sat under the Bodhi tree not because he wanted escape, but because he wanted understanding, he wanted truth, he wanted clarity, and he made a promise to himself. I will not rise until I find the truth. Imagine having that level of determination, that level of discipline, that level of commitment to your own growth, and ask yourself, when was the last time you promised yourself something and actually kept it? When was the last time you sat with your thoughts without distraction, without fear, without running away? We live in a world where everyone is busy, distracted, overstimulated, and yet empty inside, because we forgot the simplest teaching of Buddha, that happiness comes from within, not from things, not from people, not from achievements, but from awareness, balance, and inner peace. And if you look at your life right now, your stress, your worries, your anger, your anxiety, almost all of it comes not from reality, but from thoughts, from expectations, from assumptions, from holding on to things you should have let go long ago. Buddha said, you only lose what you cling to. Think about that. How many relationships have broken because you held on too tightly? How many dreams died because you clung to fear? How many opportunities slipped away because you held on to doubt? Buddha teaches us that letting go is not loss. Letting go is liberation. When you stop worrying about what you cannot control, you start living with what you can create. When you stop fearing who left, you begin to see who truly belongs. When you stop clinging to the past, the future becomes brighter than you can imagine. And the beautiful thing is this: enlightenment is not a miracle, it is a decision to choose calm over chaos, forgiveness over anger, clarity over confusion, and growth over ego. The moment you choose awareness over reaction, your life begins to transform. And this transformation is not sudden, it is slow, gentle, steady, like Buddha's path. He meditated for years, observed his mind, understood his thoughts, and discovered that suffering comes not from life, but from the way we respond to life. And today, you have the same power. You can complain or you can change. You can blame or you can build. You can repeat your mistakes or you can rise from them. Buddha teaches us that every breath is a new chance, every moment is a new beginning, every sunrise is a reminder that you are not limited by yesterday. And maybe right now you feel lost, you feel stuck, you feel defeated. But Buddha too was once lost, uncertain, confused. The only difference is, he kept seeking, he kept walking, he kept believing that the truth exists, that peace is possible, that liberation is real. And so, let this moment be your Bodhi tree, the moment you decide that enough is enough, that you will no longer live in fear, no longer drown in overthinking, no longer carry anger or regret in your heart. Instead, you will breathe, reflect, and realign with your path. Because just like Buddha, you are capable of awakening. Just like Buddha, you can rise above your pain. Just like Buddha, you can transform your life. Sit with your thoughts. Observe them. Detach from them. And step into the world with a calm mind, a steady heart, and a clear purpose. Your enlightenment may not look like Buddha's, but your awakening begins the moment you choose yourself, your peace, your growth, your truth. And today, right now, let this speech remind you that you are not weak, you are not broken, you are not lost, you are becoming, evolving, awakening. And the world will witness your light the moment you stop hiding your fire. So breathe deeply, trust your journey, and move forward with the same courage that turned a prince into a Buddha, because your story, too, is waiting to be rewritten by your awakening. Hope you liked this video.